Greetings, dear ones. Welcome to this podcast episode of the Syrian Light Code. Today's sharing is going to be an energy translation of the pretty rough energies that we have been in for the past 3 days, especially nights. I have personally not been able to sleep, which for me it's pretty rare, but it's connected to the Divine Masculine Collective, and in today's reading this is going to be a help for the Divine Masculine Collective to understand the higher picture, the bigger picture of where we're at, and also for the Divine Feminines, because we're going through it as well. So just some advice in terms of really taking care of yourself right now, your physical body, your mental state, your emotional state, setting energetic boundaries as well. That's also important because it's obviously a shared journey, but at the same time it can be very, very costing. All right, so first things first, I felt the strong calling to clarify who am I speaking to. The Divine Masculine Collective, I'm not talking about the masculine collective overall, obviously not. The Masculine Collective is part of a lineage of spiritual warriors, is part of the galactic missionaries who came here to build the new Earth. Period. I'm talking to the new Earth builders. I'm not talking to random humans out there who are stuck in the matrix and there is just no way to for them to go through a spiritual awakening in this lifetime, or who knows how many. But I believe this is very, very important to clarify, because it's not a divisive way of looking at things. However, it is very important to discern what is behind, to see through just personas or just people or just player in the matrix, and to see the soul of humans, of people, and their deeper purpose. And this is exactly the Earth split. Okay, is you starting to discern, oh my gosh, these people are actually part of the devil's agenda, and I was involved with them, so what am I doing here? It's really starting to gather your tribe. This is what is happening right now. It's just 11/11. It's pretty awesome. It's what is happening right now. It's really starting to see through people, through starting to perceive energy even more, and understanding that there is no way back to the old Earth. There is no way back from a spiritual awakening. You cannot go back to sleep. You just cannot. And that's a good thing. Now, I know it is a pretty harsh process to go through. Obviously it is, and I truly hope that today's episode is going to help you understand the magnitude of what you're going through. Because we are truly on a big mission here, and it's the times that we're living in right now require a higher understanding of what we're going through. Otherwise, it's just pure destruction and just pain for nothing. But it's not for nothing. Okay. We are coming out of a long period of separation, and by that I mean almost around 13,000 years. Last night I was checking, and you can correct me on that if you have more exact information, but the fall of Atlantis was about 10,000 years before Christ. And the fall of Atlantis really marked a new beginning, a new cycle of separation. So prior to the fall of Atlantis, and I'm not going to share the whole story in this episode, but please, if you feel guided, go check. I will try to look myself as well for any reference, and also if you have a good documentary, obviously not some sort of programming documentary or a book or anything that you can share with us in the comments that can help the Divine Masculine Collective with the understanding with the remembrance of the Atlantis story, please share it with us. We really, really appreciate your contribution to this channel. So it's the fall of Atlantis. In the Bible, it's also marked as the snake in the Garden of Eden. This is the infiltration of the false light. And its main purpose was to separate the feminine energies and the masculine energies. Prior to that, we were living in union. We were living in wholeness. I believe, again, please quote me, Atlantis might have been 6th dimension or 5th dimension, but I believe it was 6th dimension. No, Lemuria was 6th dimension, and in Atlantis we were living in the 5th dimension. And which means we were already in the new Earth, the old new Earth. And what happened with the infiltration of the false light was that the masculine energies were stirred from their divine purpose, from their divine connection, obviously their divine counterpart, because it comes with the package. The divine feminine, if we consider solely energies, right? Because from 5D above, we're less about physical, material embodiment, and we're much more connected to energies, okay? This is why in the 5th dimension, there is no false light. You see it, right? You perceive it. It's only in the 3rd dimension, and when you're disconnected from source, that there is deception, that there is illusion, that there is sneakiness, all that stuff. Right. So what happened, well, the only way that they could have interfered in between the connections was to disconnect the masculine energy, which is much more connected to the which is much more grounded, much more connected to the lower energy centers of the earth, and to manipulate them into choosing power over love. This is the story of Atlantis, is the Divine Masculine Collective choosing power, external power, over love. Love, and by love I don't mean the romantic roses and wine and dine and whatever else. I mean God's love, divine love, sacredness, connection to source. And what happened is there was this misdirection, right? And ever since, it turned into the world that we see today. Domination, power, money, greed, the system, the slavery system, division, suffering, inequality, all that nonsense. So this has been the matrix today, and the state of the world has been a a combined effort of the collective effort of thousands and thousands of years of suffering and separation from God. Okay, now as we started to move towards the end of this cycle and to enter into the new age of Aquarius, there obviously the earth herself was preparing to come out of this cycle energetically. So the Mother Gaia herself has requested us to come help her out of this basically cycle of destruction. And it started out with pre-first wave missionaries here, like our ascended masters, who started to plant seeds for us. And now there are big waves of light workers that are here to ascend and help Mother Gaia ascend back into the fifth dimension, back into wholeness, back into connection with Source, and to recreate the new earth, and to do so from a higher state of consciousness. Right. So the whole story is about them choosing false light, which is the influence of the dark feminine, the masculine ego. And this is exactly what has ruled the earth for a very, very long time. This is why the Divine Feminine Collective has been so much under attack. This is why so much of the spiritual practices were done behind the scenes. This is why they were believed to be occult or something more mystery, right? But in Atlantis, in Lemuria, they were actually part of our life. They were especially Lemurian energy is very mystical, it's very spiritual, it's very feminine, very beautiful. Now it's this lifetime is about repairing the old timelines. It's about regaining the kingdom of Atlantis, regaining the power of the kings of Atlantis, right? The masculine collective is going through this right now. Okay, so this is my message for the Divine Feminine Collective, to understand that the magnitude of what they're going through. Okay, this is not finding them excuses or justifying poor behavior, none of that. Okay, obviously you keep being in your own power, in your own sovereign power, draw the boundaries needed, but I truly want you to see the bigger picture of what is going through, because the masculine collective right now, the Divine Masculine Collective, is going through the exact reliving of the choice of Atlantis right now. And in this lifetime, they're making the decision towards the light. Okay, they're choosing light. By the way, if you don't resonate with I believe this is a bit of a ancient spiritual version of it, right? You can look at it from the perspective of the snake in the Garden of Eden, or basically choosing all these energies that I talk about, the dark feminine, the ego. This can be all gathered under the umbrella of just the devil's energies, right? The dark energies, lower energies, low vibration, etc. So what we are going through right now, what the Divine Masculine Collective is going through right now, why you're not able to sleep Divine Feminines is because they're really reliving these timelines. They're reliving the choices. With that obviously comes a lot of guilt, comes a lot of regret, comes a lot of shame, comes a lot of understanding of the consequences, and this is obviously not, again, I keep saying this because it's important to understand, this is not a conversation where we're throwing arrows at the masculine collective, but it's purely an objective conversation of, this is what we came here to do. We came here to repair the timelines. It takes massive, massive, massive courage for the Divine Masculine Collectives to come here and do so. It takes massive, massive courage for the Divine Feminine Collectives to heal from the attacks and to also come here to radiate their light in a world that has just basically persecuted them for so long for being part of the team God, team light. But we're here to do so. We've been through so much, and now we're really about to conclude. Honestly, this, I know I've been sharing. I know there's been a long period of waiting, and I mean, it was not a passive waiting, it was an active waiting, because we have done what we were guided to do. But this April season truly marks the beginning. This spring season especially marks the beginning of the new earth. The masculine collective, and also in my collective, I'm feeling a lot of masculines truly stepping into their power. It all started with the beginning of the year of the dragon. Okay, they're really stepping into their power, and today I want to clarify the word power and what I mean by masculine power. Inner power, power from God, power from resilience, vulnerability. There's so much power in vulnerability. The Divine Masculine Collective is reframing what true power is. Okay, the masculine collective, the masculine energies in general are about are obviously strong energies. Okay, they are powerful energies. Now, how do you direct that power, right? And this is exactly what the Divine Masculine Collective is drawing the line and seeing, all right, where have I been putting my energy and my power and my life force into? Was I feeding these agendas? Was I giving away my power? And now just imagine. And the reason why I say we are in the new earth is because with this new decision that the Divine Masculine Collective is going to make, meaning putting all their energy into the new earth, this is equivalent, this is culminating with the birth of the new earth, right? Because we are building the new earth. The Divine Feminine Collective has been working behind the scenes to lay the energetic foundation for that, to truly assist the Divine Masculine Collective through their healing, through their awakening process. I know for many this may sound like a lot of gibberish. And by the way, I received many comments on my that I'm obviously cleaning. I don't want to leave garbage out there, but I'm receiving many comments with people just being like, what the hell are you talking about, you know? And that's fine. I don't care. I'm not for everyone, obviously. If I'm maybe for 0.1% of the whole YouTube audience, and I don't care. But it's there's a lot of work, a lot of energetic work that it has been done to be at this state where we actually can start building the new earth. Without this energetic foundation, everything that would have been built without, you know, when you build a house, right, without the proper foundation, everything would have just crumbled again, right? So, and this is the most important message of today that I wanted to share. So thank you for bearing with me through the intro. Here's what happened in the old Earth, right, where the masculine was led by, one, their ego, two, the dark feminine energies. They thought they can build also the foundation. They were, I am the one who rules the world, right? And dark feminine, the narcissists, the karmics, are those who boost the masculine ego, right? They are not a team. They're not creating a world. It's basically him being a slave to her agenda, and which is the devil's agenda. Her boosting a false sense of pride, a false sense of ego, through feedback and reinforcement of, oh, you're doing so good, oh, you're earning all this money, oh, you're feeding the matrix, blah 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 blah. And this is what it's been, going on for years and years and years and years. Obviously in different, we're talking about energies, so they will translate, the context will be different, right? There is also all the words, obviously they also started through these kind of manipulations, these kind of dynamics. Okay, so everything is energetics, everything is spiritual, everything is oh, my coffee machine again. Okay, we're back. So everything is energetic. Everything is without the understanding of the energetic foundation, it's very hard to discern, and it's just blindly following some sort of user manual, or blindly following the most quote-unquote dominant energy out there, which was the dark feminine, which was the devil, right? Because when the energies, the feminine and masculine energies, are powerful, extremely powerful when in union. When they're not in union, they are not powerful, which means that the masculine energy can be easily persuaded or swayed or misled, misguided. And the feminine, without the energy, the strong protection of the masculine, they can be easily targeted and attacked. This is just basically what it is. We are only powerful in union. We are only powerful in inner union, in wholeness, but also in especially in spiritual and energetic union and understanding. Okay, which means that if the divine masculine collective is not connected to the feminine God source, feminine essence, they perceive the dark feminine as the feminine essence, but that is a fabricated, artificial. It's siren energy. Siren energy, we're not talking about mermaids, okay? It's siren. Siren energy is it's manipulative. Okay, siren energy is controlling. Siren energy has an agenda. Okay, it's shapeshifter energy. And so where the divine masculine collective is at today, and it's very, very interesting because they are at the point where they are realizing we cannot build a new earth without the divine feminine essence and the divine feminine energy. My past choices led to destruction, and this is why divine masculines, if your life has completely crumbled, if you have built certain things and you have put your effort into some sort of project, family, doesn't matter, everything that you have built, it was intended by God to crumble for you to understand that it was not built on a proper foundation, and for you to come to the realization that you need the divine feminine essence, the same as the divine feminine energy for a very long time has fought as well her own ego of the masculine, of needing masculine, and not in a codependent way, but in a way where we are here for the new earth. We are here to build a new earth. Our soul contract is to build this together, to come into wholeness, and to clear the past wrongdoings, to clear the mistakes, to clear the trauma, to clear the persecution template, etc. Okay, so the Feminine Collective came here to clear the persecution template and to heal from that and to attach to healthy masculine energy. So there was a lot of forgiveness, there was a lot of trust, having to trust again, which I know it's a major issue for many of you, or was. And the Divine Masculine Collective came here to repair the choice of choosing external power and ego over love and connection with their feminine essence, which is their heart space, their intuition. This is the feminine energy. Okay, now the feminine energy can be represented in a human body, and obviously when they connect with these inner energies within themselves, they will instantly connect to their external physical divine counterpart as well. It's just automatic. Okay, but it's first it's an internal integration of those energies, and then everything external falls into place. Everything external is internal as well, because this is exactly how the false light knew that they can attack, is through inner separation. Okay, so they attacked, they infiltrated in between the union, and created this lack of wholeness, this separation within us. Okay, within us, I repeat, we talk about energies, which then translated into a physical separation as well of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine Collective, who could not be sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. All right, here we go. Who could not be together for basically all this amount of time, 10,000, 13,000 years. And this is why there is so much challenge in coming between for the twin souls, or there was challenge, because we're coming out of the separation cycle. This is the bigger picture. Okay, so the Divine Masculine Collective, and I'm perceiving it now in the physical, tangibly, with masculines coming on my channel, asking questions, being interested, acknowledging that they need the Divine Feminine's spiritual gifts. They need her, not necessarily guidance, but they know instinctively and intuitively, they know that this is where, first of all, this is where they are guided towards by God. And they know that without the energetic foundation that they provide, without the spiritual wisdom that they provide, they cannot build a new earth. And this decision will mark the beginning of the new earth. Dear ones, I'm getting chills right now all over my body, because this is so big, and this understanding is probably the most important one on this journey. Everything starts with this shift in the Divine Masculine's collective, of understanding that they cannot do this alone. And with that comes a lot of ego shattering, because for so long the ego has been the one who was in charge, who had the power and all that nonsense. And now, through the Divine Masculine's collective vulnerability, which is not weakness, this is a total programming. The Divine Masculine collective they are the trailblazers. They are the wayshowers of what it truly means to be a Divine Masculine, and it's not being that prideful, ego-driven nonsensical individual parading around in the matrix, showing off their possessions and how many women they slept with. I don't know. It's that, I mean, you know what I mean. The Divine Masculine Collective is right now starting to understand their role, which goes against basically everything that they invested in. And they also understand that once they show up in this way, they're going to show up in a completely different light to the world, to those around them who it's very likely they won't accept them. And they are right now battling this, right? They're battling the major ego death of believing that they are the only one, that the world is built on their shoulders, and the masculines are, the feminines are the weak sex, and the masculines are the providers or whatever. Yes, we do have our God-given roles. Yes, we do have our unique energetic signatures, but both are equally important. Okay, so what's been happening, and the reason why the matrix is such a masculine energy, right? The divine feminine could never be in the matrix. It's just not possible. I tried to go back to the matrix recently, and I was sick for about 6 weeks in my bed. I could not go back there. That was just how violent the energies are. That is how we have built this concrete world, this artificial mind-controlled agenda. It's the mind controlling comes exactly from the false light infiltration, from the collective being mind manipulated by basically the devil, because when you are disconnected from God's source, you operate from ego. Okay? And when you operate from ego, which is your solar plexus, from your solar plexus down, this is the ego, this is the solar plexus energy, right? And you cannot go up into your heart and connect to your divine essence, your soul purpose, to your truth, and go up into the throat chakra and express your truth, etc. The ego, this is how they targeted. They targeted the ego because they knew that the energy should not go up into the heart space. And so they boosted the masculine's ego to believe that this is all they need. They only need the ego. They don't need the connection to their divine feminine essence. And so this created separation. Very smart, devil. But guess what? We are obviously way smarter, because the light of God, the light's source energy, exposes everything, illuminates everything, and this is no longer your kingdom. This is God's kingdom. New Earth is about building heaven on earth, which is exactly what we're doing. And I repeat, the masculine collective right now, through the realization, and this is not a shaming, humiliation type of conversation where we are, you made it back to us. It's obviously the divine feminine collective, and I hope that the masculines listening to this, they can really see it in a higher perspective. It's not, because the ego might perceive it like a loss of their ego, which, I mean, yes, it is, but for your highest good. Your divine feminine sees everything as a teamwork. Your divine feminine has worked so much through her own ego, and she doesn't judge you for she worked through her healing process of resentment and everything. So she that was her part of the job. She came here with you all received your your soul contract. She read it through, and she knew that this is what was here, right? From an ego perspective, is there were times where she was stamping her feet saying, this is not fair, la 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 la. But it's obviously she transcended that state of being, and now she understands that everything is teamwork. We came here from Mother Gaia. We came here for our ascension, and to never repeat the old timelines again, right? This was a huge lesson. This was an experience that will be imprinted in our souls for eternity. And once it is being rectified, once it's being once you learn a mistake, obviously you're conscious enough to never do it again. And so very exactly at the point of learning that lesson, which humanly, from a human perspective, can be very challenging, because we're dealing with emotions, we're dealing with just a lot of ego battles. The ego is trying to grasp to the old life, to the old perceived security, right? Because the devil made it very comfortable for the masculines to stay in the old earth and to build the old earth, right? There were perceived benefits, but their soul was miserable. And they are here to choose soul versus ego, love versus power. And the new earth power that they're going to have is one where they co-create with God source energy. Obviously, this doesn't mean that in the new earth men will be powerless. And by the way, a lot of the perceived power that we see in the Matrix is very emasculating. External power is not true masculine power. External power is just being led, being used by external forces who tell you or give you the perceived sense of power, but that is not inner power. That is not being a masculine, being driven by others, being driven by the dark feminine. The masculine power, the true inner divine masculine power, is leadership. And leadership comes from within, comes from God, comes from intuition, comes from your own inner knowing and inner union with your soul. A divine masculine, because women can also embody divine masculine energies, is driven by their soul. A divine masculine who is truly a leader, and this is why I talk about the New Earth Kings, the New Earth leaders. It's not about ruling and being a king and making wars, and that is ego, right? That is being manipulated by the devil to create more destruction. That is not being a leader. That is being manipulated. That is being asleep. That is being used. That is not true power. That is external power, and it's deceitful. All right, dear ones. So this is exactly where we're at. Collectively, it's a very, very, very big moment. This is why it may feel very, very intense. Do let me know. I know it's a very charged episode. For the divine masculine listening to this, you are fully supported as you're going through this. Do reach out if you need any guidance or any help. We are obviously here to assist you. This is no longer the separation agenda where you can do things on your own. Obviously, it's the same for the feminines. We cannot build a new earth without the masculines, and the masculines cannot build a new earth without the feminines. And this is the point. This shift in perception from within the masculine psyche will culminate with the beginning of the new earth, the birth of the new earth. It's all it all starts there. Because the masculines are starting to see the value of the true value of a divine feminine, and to understand that to understand that only they possess that quality, not the artificial dark feminines, not them, because yes, they do have their own inner feminine, but you both are masters in your own areas, right? And you need each other. That's the one last thing that I want to leave it there. I hope this wasn't too... I really tried my best to focus, because without sleep, it's pretty harsh. It's pretty hard to formulate sentences. But I really needed to show up, and I really needed to leave this message out there, because I wanted to record it last night when I couldn't sleep, because it came through. Like, I saw literally visions of Atlantis. I saw I was just on a whole like vision trip, and it was like I literally saw like water. I saw the crumbling of the Atlantis, and it was a very, very just powerful experience. Okay, alright, dear ones, I do hope this message reached whoever needed today. Take care, dear ones. We are starting a whole new era, a whole new cycle. It is here. It is why you came here. Our missions, or a big part of our mission, is completed, and it's time to really rejoice in the knowing of your power. By the way, the divine feminine regaining her power, this is massive, because she has regained her own inner masculine power. Today's message, I think I will title it The Masculine Power, and I'm going to talk about the masculine essence, which the divine feminine also needed to help her out of the cycle of persecution, which means she had to stand up for herself. She had to build that masculine energy to be able to recognize her power again, to regain her spiritual gifts, and to be able to walk on earth feeling protected, feeling safe, right? That was a big part of her journey. Now the masculine power right now is in understanding that his power is in union, in connection with source, in connection, in wholeness, in inner union. His power is not external, and his power is in his internal leadership and in connection with God, source energy, and his divine feminine. This is the new earth. This is the new way of being.